Hey folks, this is Rhykker with an Overwatch video about the Christmas event that launches today, Winter Wonderland, and some related news, including new voice line interactions between heroes, and some new laws that may force Blizzard to reveal the odds of you getting that sexy skin you want from a loot box. So first off, the Overwatch Christmas event is slated to go live today, and odds are it'll be at the earliest 3 p.m. Eastern, possibly as late as 5 p.m. Eastern, and this is just when patches tend to go live. We're pretty sure that the event will be called Winter Wonderland, thanks to a little oopsie on behalf of the Overwatch social media staff at VK.com, which is basically Russia's version of Facebook. Based in Russia, VK is the largest social network in Europe. It's also the second most popular website in Russia and the 5th most popular website in the world, even more popular than Pornhub. Now, on December 6th, on Twitter and Facebook, the official Overwatch social media people posted this invitation. This officially revealed that there would be a Christmas event, which we all saw coming, but it confirmed that the date would be December 13th. However, on the VK site, if you downloaded this file, you'll see that the file name is OW_winterwonderland_postcard Facebook _ruru etc.gif.
Rhykker, it's actually pronounced GIF, you idiot.
So it seems someone forgot to rename the file before posting it to social media. This file name looks like an internal Blizzard file name, the OW at the start categorizing it under their Overwatch files, the RU at the end signifying that it's Russian localization. Postcard and Facebook are self-explanatory, which leaves us with Winter Wonderland, which seems to be the name of the Christmas event. Now, Overwatch is an international game featuring heroes from around the world, so it's no surprise that Blizzard opted for something that wasn't specifically Christmas themed and instead non-denominational. Interestingly, there were no major leaks this time around about the event like we had with the Halloween event. Yeah, this song was data mined along with some voice lines, some of which were data mined months and months ago, but nothing that was really giving away anything big or concrete about the event. So we know very little going into it. From the postcard, you can see a snowy King's Row, so it's safe to bet that King's Row will be winter themed throughout the event, just like Hollywood was Halloween themed throughout that event. But beyond that, we don't know for sure, but we can expect a new game mode since the 2 events we've had so far have had new game modes. And of course, we could expect new skins, emotes, voice lines, all that great stuff, which we can expect to come in special holiday loot boxes. And on the topic of loot boxes, in a surprisingly very pro-consumer move, some new regulations in China may one day help us all determine whether we want to spend money on loot boxes. Basically, these Chinese regulations are going to make it so that Blizzard will have to reveal the exact numbers behind the odds of getting various things from loot boxes. In other words, you can know the exact odds of you getting that Mercy Witch skin, or just getting a legendary in general. Here's what the new regulations say. 2.6. Online game publishers shall promptly publicly announce information about the name, property, content, quantity, and draw/forge probability of all virtual items and services that can be drawn/forged on the official website or a dedicated draw probability webpage of the game. The information on draw probability shall be true and effective. By the way, this is being translated from either Cantonese or Mandarin, so some words may be a little off. 2.7. Online game publishers shall publicly announce the random draw results by customers on notable places of official website or in-game and keep record for government inquiry. In other words, companies will be held accountable. The government could actually ensure that they aren't lying about their rates. The record must be kept for more than 90 days. When publishing the random draw results, some measures should be taken place to protect user privacy. Some measures should be taken place to protect user privacy. It's translated again. In other words, they're going to publish the results, but they're not going to publish your private data as a consumer. This is great news for the gaming industry in general, for consumers, I should say, in the gaming industry in general. Unfortunately, the regulation will only go into effect May 1st of 2017, so it won't help us find the odds for this Christmas event, probably not even for the spring event, but hey, at least come next summer, come the return of the summer games, we may know our exact numbers. Now we gotta specify here that this applies only to the China region. However, the odds of Blizzard giving different numbers for every region doesn't seem likely, and in fact it would be pretty sketchy of Blizzard to do that, and I think it would piss off a lot of customers. Alright, the last thing that I want to go over in this video was some new character interaction voice lines that have been found on the test server. They don't seem to be specific to the winter event, so we're not sure whether they're going to come with this patch hitting today or they'll come in the future, but I'll leave a link in the description so that you guys can go listen to them all yourself if you'd like to. For now, we're just going to go over a couple of the ones that I found most interesting and relevant, mostly impacting lore. We'll start with this one between Genji and Winston.
I always liked working with you, Winston. No awkward small talk.
Always liked working with you too. You have, great sense of humor.
Now, these two are referring to when they both worked for Overwatch. You see, Genji was formerly of the Shimada criminal empire. His brother Hanzo nearly killed him, left him for dead, and it was then that Overwatch found him. Overwatch saved his life, and in exchange for his help in taking down the Shimada Empire, they let Genji join Overwatch, and they took his broken body, turned him into the cyborg ninja that we know today, and the two of them together, Genji and Overwatch, basically took down the Shimada clan. But once that was successful, Genji left Overwatch. So this interaction shows that Genji and Winston had an amicable relationship back in Overwatch and continued to have one even after Overwatch, and knowing that kind of makes me happy. Even if Winston is kind of awkward about it. Now contrast that to the relationship between Genji and McCree, as revealed in this exchange.
You might be fast, Genji, but you ain't faster than a bullet.
Why don't we find out?
Now this interaction suggests that the two of these guys, even though they both worked for Overwatch for a time, do not have a friendly relationship. You could argue that this is just a friendly rivalry, but there doesn't seem to be anything friendly about this. This is almost hostile. Now this could be because McCree himself has a criminal background. So these are two people from criminal backgrounds, and maybe these guys know not to trust the kind of people that they grew up with and around. Now someone that McCree does respect is revealed in this interaction with Pharah.
McCree, where did you learn to shoot like that? Was it Jack? Gabriel?
Always was a good shot, but well, I got a few pointers from the best. That'd be your mother?
I don't know, just hearing that made me go, ah. This line confirms some fan theories that Ana mentored McCree to some extent, and he clearly has respect or even admiration for her. This also hints at a friendly disposition towards Pharah, maybe just by association of Ana, maybe more, who knows. And Pharah, by the way, is a total Overwatch nerd and fangirl. And this is brought out more than ever in this voice line. You see, Pharah grew up around Overwatch members, because her mom, Ana, was in Overwatch. And Pharah dreamed of joining Overwatch one day. In fact, this is explicitly stated in this interaction with Tracer.
You're so lucky, Tracer. Ever since I was a little girl, I dreamed of joining Overwatch.
Maybe you'll still get your chance. Who knows what the future holds?
Then we have this interesting interaction between Pharah and Torbjorn.
Hey Torbjorn, check out my new suit. Mark 6, state of the art.
Jump jets, concussion rockets. Well, yes, it's looking pretty good.
Pharah seems to be mildly teasing Torbjorn while trying to impress her with her new tech. Torbjorn is an old member of Overwatch, so she likely looks up to him as she does all the members of Overwatch. So bragging to him about the suit is likely because she respects his opinion in the matter. Torbjorn, in return, seems to be either unimpressed or jealous. Leave a comment with your thoughts on that. Is he trying to sound mildly impressed to not hurt her feelings when he's actually not impressed at all? Or is he actually impressed but too jealous to admit it since it's not his technology, it's not his baby that he made? Did I just fuel some fan theories about Pharah's dad? An interaction that really surprised me was this one between Winston and Soldier 76.
Someone's going to put a stop to your illegal activities.
You're one to talk. You and your friends are breaking the law. Same as me.
Now, Soldier 76 used to be Jack Morrison, the leader of Overwatch, before he was presumed dead and eventually reemerged as the masked vigilante that we know only as Soldier 76. From this interaction, it's clear that Winston does not approve of Soldier 76's vigilante actions, and is possibly even threatening that Overwatch will put a stop to him. Soldier 76's response is because Overwatch was shut down by the government, so Winston reactivating Overwatch and Overwatch operating right now is basically being done without government approval. So this basically makes them vigilantes as well. Now, you can argue that Winston doesn't know that Soldier 76 is Jack Morrison, but we have an interaction between the two of them that already exists that implies that Winston does know. Soldier says to Winston,
Think you can do my job, do you?
and he's referring to leading Overwatch. Winston replies,
Someone has to.
if Winston didn't know that Soldier was Jack, then this interaction makes no sense whatsoever. I would have expected Winston to look up to the former leader of Overwatch, or at least be understanding without necessarily condoning Soldier's actions. But this is almost hostility, and I find that noteworthy. Soldier has become disenchanted with the idea of Overwatch. He used to be idealistic, but the accident kind of killed a part of him inside, so he doesn't really believe in Overwatch anymore. Maybe Winston's butthurt over that? Or maybe Winston is just really disappointed in Jack for leaving Overwatch without a leader. What do you guys think? Let's move on to this one between Zarya and Torbjorn. Torbjorn.
The suffering of my people rests heavily upon your shoulders, Torbjorn.
Believe me, I don't need reminding.
Zarya is referring to how Russia suffered greatly in the Omnic crisis, and continues to today, and that a lot of Torbjorn's technology ended up in the hands of Omnics, helping them greatly. Torbjorn never trusted Omnics, and was against the idea of his technology being controlled by artificial intelligence, as his employers wanted. So he likely regrets not quitting his job or failing to convince his superiors not to let AIs control his technology. We then have a couple more voice lines that don't seem to be interactions, but that refer to a possible new map. Some place that was destroyed during the war but rebuilt after.
Seeing what happened after the war here gives me hope for the rebuilding of my country.
Things can be destroyed, but as long as the people are strong, they can always be rebuilt.
Then we have this one from Roadhog that may refer to the same area or a different one.
If I wanted to go to the Wop Wops, I could have stayed at home.
Roadhog here is referring to the Wop Wops, which is Australian slang for boondocks or the countryside. In the world of Overwatch, Australia was nearly destroyed during the war, and is now basically a Mad Max post-apocalyptic wasteland. And in case it's not clear, Australia is Roadhog's home. And that wraps up this video. Remember to check the link in the description if you want to hear the other voice lines. And with the winter event launching today, do check back soon for more videos about it. Thanks for watching. Special thanks to my Twitch and Patreon supporters for making these videos possible. Check out these other videos, and subscribe to join Rhykker's Raiders for more Overwatch content.